All right, it's time to get back into the track. Hello to everybody who's here already. If you're here, please say hello in the chat, and if you come in at some point, you can just say where you're coming in from. Would be great to see everybody, to hear from everybody. I wonder if I can like pin a message or something. No, I can't. That's all right. Hello, Miles. Hello, Prashun. Okay, headphones. Is my audio good? Can you hear my voice well? And do you hear these bells? It's quite a quiet thing. I'm getting massive lag on it too. Bells are quiet. Yeah, the bells are just quiet. What if I play the beat here a little bit? Okay, and my voice against the beat, everything's sounding fine. Ah, I see. I know I've got my plugin turned on. That was going to sound much louder now. How's that? Is it too loud now? I had my plugin that deals with my headphone EQ stuff on. It's good now. Okay, so let's stick with that. Okay, great. So today I'm gonna try to continue what I was working on yesterday night. I'm trying to do the beat fairly quickly so it's fresh in my mind and I don't forget everything that I was just working on. And the first order of business there is that I was creating an intro last time, which I'll listen to here in just a second, and I've had some ideas already on some things to change. I think I tweaked a couple things just right after the stream last night because I couldn't help myself. So if there's anything that you want to have explained or you want to suggest or anything like that, I'm happy to receive any comments you have. The more interaction, the better for me, to make it kind of a hangout situation. And yeah, so I'm going to try to finish the intro today and have it run into the main part of the beat. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to accomplish that yet, but I've got some ideas and we'll see how it goes. So let's play through the intro here first, and then we'll see what to do. Dimmy. I'm assuming that's Dimmy. I can't imagine anybody else is going to have the username is Stereo Citizen. I don't know if you've heard, that was the intro there, Demi, I was just working on. Here's the drop. So we're going to be trying to feed into that today from the intro. I can say already that there's a lot more that's going to be added to the intro once the structure is done. A lot more in terms of, the word's not coming to me, not subconscious, but peripheral, atmospheric things. I often like to think of... Yo, Connor, thanks for dropping in. I often like to think about when I'm making a beat or making a song, I'm creating a kind of like audio world, and I'm trying to kind of populate that world or make it feel coherent in some way, so to speak. And right now it's a little bit barren in the intro. There could be more going on to flesh out the vibe, but we're not there yet. I mentioned last time that I had in mind to emphasize this kind of F minor chord for a while in the intro and make it like really get stuck into our mind that nothing else is happening, and then all of a sudden drop to something else, to a different chord in hopefully a somewhat satisfying way. So that's what I'm going to try to achieve right now, because I think we're at the point where a new chord could come. The chord, though, is going to be the question. Oh, nice, Demi. Hey, and you got your actual name up there, too. That's great. I'm going to play through the intro one more time, and then I'm going to start experimenting with new chords to drop into here. So keeping in mind, I'm outlining an F minor chord with this thing, and then we're going to get something going on right after that. Thanks, yeah. For the kick sound, it's made of two parts. I sorted through a whole bunch of kicks trying to find something with a decent low end to it, and then I added this top portion to it. The kick in and of itself sounds like this. And there's two pieces, this and this. If you look back through I think on the first live stream I did on this thing, I went through kind of all the processing that I had on the drums too, because they sound quite different with the very subtle reverb, room reverbs that are on it, saturation, compression, all sorts of stuff I put on there to make it fat-ish. I still feel like maybe there's too much bass in the kick. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell with the headphones on like this, but whatever. So I'm going to attempt to play basically the same thing that we just heard, but with a new chord, or even just a new bass note implying a new chord. That's kind of the idea. So I would like to keep the da-da. That's not the sound. Where is that? That's an F and a C there. If anyone is curious, this is just F, octave up, F, octave up, F, and then a C. That's the flat 3 and that's the 11. A flat, B flat. So, okay, my idea is, okay, I want some new chord. I would like to keep the F and the C going, but have a new chord underneath. My first thought was, the most obvious choice for me anyway is probably to go to, if F is my 1, to go to the flat 6, which is a D flat. That's cool. There's nothing kind of non-diatonic about it, not that there needs to be, but I was thinking something more shocking, but I will probably try that one to begin with. I was even thinking about, you know, the sound that goes like this. I heard it one time in a film score that goes something like this sort of chord. This is F minor, I had 9 chord, and then it will go to a dominant. It's a bit, probably a bit out of place in this tune, unfortunately, as much as I love the sound. Probably stick with this version instead. And then we'll get our non-diatonic chord in there somewhere. Maybe, yeah. That guy. Okay, so I'm gonna just try to duplicate everything over and then change what needs to be changed in order to get this thing working. So we're gonna take from this point everything, and then let's just copy it over like this. This got duplicated. Okay, so right on this bar 35, that's where the new chord's coming in. So the first order of business, of course, is going to be to take this synth and pull it down to this D flat. It's pretty low, but it sounds awesome. Doesn't this synth just sound killer? I'm so happy with the way it turned out. And then this guy. Those notes I'm not sure I'm going to do with them yet. These notes have to change as well. This is the little arpeggiating synth thingy. There's a few things we could do with this, since it's originally playing F, F, F. Drop the lowest one down to the D flat, which is really actually in a bass register, but I have the bass taken out of, like the sub frequencies taken out of this patch. At least I hope I do. Then could either bring the octave down or put the middle note up from F to A flat. That's hard to reach. It's kind of cooler though that it separates like that, so I'm going to try that. Like this. These guys can stay the same. And I think that's all the elements that need to be changed. Intro synth, bass, bass. Yes. Now these notes. And we should do something dramatic probably right at the time that that thing hits. Something dramatic in as many ways as possible. So the drums need to do something probably. I need to get some context though, so let's back up. Decent, but something more needs to happen. Maybe like a chord could hit right on there. I don't have any unused things right now. Just for fun, for anybody who hadn't seen the previous ones, Trevor Yearwood, always facing one problem. Yo, Trevor. Do we know each other? Max, I'm always facing one problem from MIDI. When I write MIDI or record, after that I copy to press D. All MIDI are overlapped. Why? It depends, Prashun, how you're doing it. If it depends on if you mean when you're actually in the MIDI editor and you're trying to highlight these and push D, or if you're trying to take the whole clip like this and push D. And then it depends on if your clip ends properly right on a bar or not. If it doesn't, you might get overlap. I don't think it's, well, like if I cut this short and do it, it's just going to have this. So you'd have to explain your situation a little bit more so I understand what you mean. Okay, so I'm looking for a chord to hit on this thing here. So I'll probably use, we'll just use another serum, why not? And sorry, I'm kind of a noob at monitoring the chat at the same time as I'm doing things. It's new for me. Okay, so have I used up all my serum instances already? In my template, I normally have like six or seven serums preloaded. I'm a serum junkie, as everybody should be. And yeah, so I've used them all already. So let's pull up a new one. And anybody, if you're listening, feel free to jump in, give suggestions, ask questions. Like I said, I'm very much open to having conversation with anybody in the chat. I would love to do that. No, just came across the stream and adjusting to S1 from Pro Tools. Okay, great. Much appreciated. Let me know if you have any questions or want to chat about anything. I'm happy to do it. I'm trying to work on a house track here, as is probably obvious. Okay, so we're going to add a new serum. And make sure this is outputting correctly. And Dimmy, what? Are you still on Logic? Is that what you're using for your main DAW? Is this outputting correctly? I can't see the output from here. Yes. Well, maybe I'll convert you after you watch this stream and you can see the Studio One flow. Not that you need to be converted, just joking. Okay. Yeah, I really dig it. I really dig Studio One. Okay, so we're going to look for a sound for the chords. Now, when I'm making synth sounds, these are all these sounds that I've made over the years for unison, and I usually separate them into like things that could play chords would be plucks, pads, keys. I'm going to start with keys, and we're just going to run through some of them. And I need something. Oh, I always love this sound. In fact, that might actually be like exactly what we want. So now to just get the best voicing I can possibly muster for this D flat major 9 blah 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 chord. So I'm thinking can't really beat that. So that's gonna hit right on that bass note. I feel like it's a bit too loud right now, but we're gonna find out. Pretty cool. Needs even higher notes, I feel like. How much can we spread this thing out? Maybe like that. Ooh, that's low. 1, 5. Yeah, I actually thought about putting the sharp 11 in there. It would work for a chord like this. It will make it pretty tense. We could put it there. Actually, I probably prefer that. Yeah. Good call, Jimmy. Now, what would be really cool, and this is not possible. This is not possible right now with the way MIDI is set up. But when the MIDI 2.0 standard becomes available in Studio One or wherever else, I believe you can even have individual pitch bend on every note. You can have that now, actually, but I don't know how to control it. I wonder if you can do it inside of Studio One. Because if I could get the sharp 11 to pitch bend up to the 5 midway through that chord, we'd really be in business. But otherwise, I'd have to have 2 instances of Serum, and I'm just not that serious about it. So let's see. Yeah, it would be sick. But there might be... Yeah, there's not really any nice way to do it. I think you could do it in Logic. Yeah, I bet. There's probably a way to do it. Nah, maybe there's not. I don't know. I'm not sure how you can edit MIDI detail in such fine grain here, I don't think. Play a 9 in there is super dope. Yeah, I've got a 9. That's the top note in this thing, actually. And what I could even do... Oh yeah, this is gonna be where it's at. I'm gonna take this thing, this chord, and I'm gonna make it into an F minor with hopefully some kind of decent-ish voice leading. I don't know if it's possible. Let's see. Yes. Okay, and what we're going to do is bounce this F minor out. It might even just work just like that. Anybody who's been watching the streams realizes now that I'm doing this constantly. Taking chords, taking things with reverb on them, bouncing them out, reversing them, fading them, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to have the F minor during the F minor section. I'm going to reverse this and put it right up against this. I think you answered a question about MIDI overlapping when duplicating and I missed it. MK. Okay, so MIDI overlapping when duplicating. That usually happens when you either have your MIDI part, like your actual MIDI notes, these things, not locked to a exact division, like a bar or a 16th note, and then you try to duplicate, or likewise when you have this thing here not locked properly. Especially if you don't have snap turned on. Snap is up here, that's the N key. Very poor choice to make it the N key because it's so close to the space bar that you can smack it when you're pressing space to push play, and then you turn off snap and everything gets unlocked. I'd recommend just removing that shortcut altogether, because if you want to toggle snap, just push the button, who cares? Or just hold shift and that takes off snap as well. So yes, I'm reversing this F minor and then gonna fade it in like this, hopefully get something cool out of it. Pretty cool. The only thing is the bass or the melody note is the same in both chords. So I'm thinking that I would prefer a different melody note just to get a little, oh god, a little melodic change there. So unmute this guy and then let's play. I was trying to avoid this. Root on top. I got a thing against playing roots on top of chords for some reason. Yeah, I was thinking about the 13. The only thing is that the 13 is a D in this case, and we could give it a shot. It's a bit on the dissonant side. Right. I'm thinking I'm gonna go for 9, 1, 5, flat 3, flat 7, 9 is here, make this an 11. Let's try that. So now we got a minor 11 chord. Crop this, reverse it, drag it up here, fade, turn it down, sweep the fade. I like that. Used to be smoother, but stick with this for now and see how I feel about it later. Chord sweep. This is Aurora. Oops. You know what we could even try to do? I keep meaning to try this. There's a guy on YouTube, if I've just discovered him like, I don't know, last week. His name is Heinbach, German guy, H-A-I-N-B-A-C-H, and he's like an audio master, and he just has some of the coolest stuff. He manipulates with all this like analog gear. He buys all this amazing like audio scientific test equipment and then runs synths and drum machines and stuff through them and does all this cool stuff. And so what he does is, I've seen him take a sound and run it through 2 separate bandpass filters at different frequencies and then mix them together. I don't know if I'm up for that right now. I'm going to at least do 1 bandpass filter. There's a really cool thing that you can do in Studio One for those that are unaware, where say I put a fab filter Simplon on here, I can come up and actually do this little mode here where you have a kind of internal routing inside of one channel. So like this is the audio coming down right here and it's hitting the Simplon. What I'm going to do is throw a splitter in. I'm going to get 2 copies of the thing. I'm going to put the Simplon over here. I'm going to turn this copy down for now. And then I'm just going to loop this thing. And then I can open the Simplon, put on a bandpass, this is going to let me do 2 bandpasses, isn't it? I don't even have to put a splitter on it. Put this one in a bandpass as well. Yep. Did you deactivate the original event? When you bounce something, Command B or Control B, MIDI down to audio, it will actually automatically mute the other event. Run these in parallel. Check that out. Now I got 2 bandpass filters. I don't really know how these should move yet, but let's see. Couldn't even hear it. How? Yeah, I think I prefer that. Oops. I'm gonna try this. It's not sounding amazing, but we'll see. So I just set some automation there, but it automated a whole bunch of parameters at one time. I'm gonna get rid of this peak parameter. It's not bad, it's kind of cool. So if we, it's going to get completely buried in the mix right now. But if I boost it like crazy, then okay. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm gonna bounce it again. That didn't do what I wanted. Or did it? It did. And then we can boost the volume on this. That's pretty cool now. I'll leave that as it is for now and see if we decide differently later. Okay, and then let's get a context again here. I'm going to play it from the start of the intro and see if we can, yeah, get a feel for what's actually happening. Not satisfied. It's okay, but do I ever use the patterns to program drums? By that, I assume what you mean is this thing. Like if I come over here and hold Option and click and you get this pattern mode. Is that what you're talking about? This thingy here? If so, I literally found out that this exists like a month ago. So no, I don't use it. But I actually wouldn't use it myself anyway, just because I have so many years of doing things on the piano roll, doing drums on the piano roll, that I have a hard time dealing with it any other way. The thing that I like about the piano roll is that I can be very, very specific about lengths of notes, if things can be dependent upon how long you hold them for, and very, very specific about timing. I don't have to be perfectly quantized. I can push things side to side. Does this work like Reason used to? If you mean as in terms of like a drum machine where you've got like that little step sequencer that I just showed there, that drum pattern thing, yeah, it works just like that. That's right. And it has some other cool features too, like for doing hip hop drums with like the that triplet or 30-second note hi-hat stuff. You can do that really easily. Most of the time, I play my drums, I mean, not in a song like this, because it's pretty straightforward, but I play my drums with my fingers. So I don't know that you can, like if there's some lag on my keyboard right now, I'll give it a shot, but. That sort of stuff. I started doing that when I was probably like 13. I had a little keyboard at home, one of those crappy little things. And it had drums on it, and I would just play with my fingers. So I'm really, really used to that, and that's the way I basically do everything. Okay, so what was I trying to do? Oh yeah, I'm not sold on this transition into this new chord yet. I feel like it needs to be really dramatic and important. And right now it's just not there. So I have a few ideas. I don't really like what I did with this thingy either. Let's see if I can undo myself to glory. Oh, and I was doubly doing it. Yeah, I actually prefer it as it used to be like that. How about changing the higher synth part with the new chord? Do you mean the... Is that the part you're talking about? And if that is the part you're talking about, you actually have a great idea. And I didn't mean that to sound like that's a surprise, as if you would never have a good idea, but I do think that's a good idea. Not that I want to change it, but that I might add to it with another synth playing the same thing or a harmony. And I do use these bells later in the song. So it could be something like that. I'm just going to do a quick and dirty version of it and see if it sounds anywhere decent. Or dropping the F to a D flat in that part would be cool. I do drop the F to a D flat, both in the bass and in the upper arpeggio thing. They both go down. That chord stab could be nice for a transition to a break. Do you mean like after a drop, I could hit this stab right here? Not that. This thing, and then fade that out into a break. You might be right about that too. Isn't that kind of cool, having that bell layered on there? I don't mind it. It's a little bit out of tune sounding, but it's not so bad. I could... Nice, MK, I'm glad. Okay, good idea. I could harmonize all these notes. So the fifth will harmonize with the seventh. The third will harmonize with the fifth. The seventh will harmonize with the ninth. And the fifth here with the seventh. No, the notes are too short. You can't even really tell that they're being harmonized. We actually need a pad to hold through this section as well, to like make it more atmospheric. When harmonizing, are you just stacking diatonic thirds in this case? That probably is what it happened to be, but that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of harmonizing with other chord tones, trying to get a major 9 sound out. So I'm looking at the tones that are being played and harmonizing with tones that align with the arpeggio, basically. So sometimes it might be thirds, sometimes it might be fourths or even fifths, depending on how it goes. In this case, I think it ended up all being thirds, but I didn't like the sound anyway. Now this was a cool sound we had too. It's a bit too crazy for this, but yeah, it's way too crazy. But yeah, a pad, I see, but thinking in the context of the chord. Yeah, exactly. Trying to harmonize in like tight intervals, you could say, harmonizing in thirds in the context of the chord. So I'm going to try to add a pad in here. We'll use Omnisphere again for the pad. So we need to show another Omnisphere track. And then, okay, we're gonna go. They have these, oh man, there's so much cool stuff here. So the first thing I was thinking of is coming into this section, I want to have some really cool long reversing thing that goes like, maybe starting here. And the pad starts right there. And it will end right there. Easy to say, not easy to accomplish. So we'll start with the thingy. And I'm going to do that by, so in Omnisphere they have this textures soundscapes and textures playable, basically meaning one's tonal and one's not. I'll try the tonal ones first, and I'm just going to sort them by random and then see what we find. Something like this could be fine. That's actually pretty awesome. So in order to do this, I'm going to solo this track. I'm going to hit this chord right here. I'm going to go in, quantize, set the velocities to actually be a lot softer than I played it. And probably I should have done something more like this. Yeah, in fact, I need to do something like that. or the reverse even. Something like that. I'm trying to think in reverse, and I actually don't know if it's going to work out as I'm intending it now that I'm looking at it, but we'll see. Okay. And then we're going to bounce this. I was holding the sustain pedal for that, by the way, which is why everything was layering over itself. And then I'm going to reverse this. It's like a film score. Problem with reversing is it gets thin, right, as it goes on, as opposed to getting more crazy. But I will just try it like this first and see. So if we just push this right up against the new chord and fade it in. That's pretty cool. Make it louder. Yes. And then I'm going to put a reverb on this thing itself too. Just to like have it. Hi Lele, I didn't even realize you were there. Just to have it be yeah, more interesting. So this is, we'll just call this bell sweep, and we're going to send the bell sweep to a reverb. I've got, I don't know, yeah, maybe this one will do. Yes, I did it. Very cool. Okay, so now that I've got that sweep, I'm actually just going to leave it as audio. I'm going to delete this MIDI, and I'm not usually one to do that kind of thing. I like to keep things around, but I'm actually just going to grab another cool sound and see if we can layer it again. It was a bit too dramatic with the voices. This is cool. So now I'm basically going to repeat the process with another sound. So I go... Hey Dave, what's up? Yeah, I use this trick literally constantly. And Omnisphere is so good for it. Just scour through Omnisphere, trying to find cool sounds, hold tense chords, bounce them out, reverse them, pan them, do all sorts of stuff. So, okay, now we're gonna bounce this and see what we get. If we reverse it, let's see what that sounds like. That's better. Pull it right up to the thing. We need a little bit of a fade on it, or else it's going to click. This one I'm going to pan probably pretty severely. Actually, might automate the pan on this one. Have it start out left, end up right. Yep. This one's got too much low frequencies in it. Thank you, Prashun. I appreciate the support. If anybody wants to give me a like, I would greatly appreciate it. It does help the video get seen more. Thank you. Okay, let's get some context. I'm gonna play this back again from the top. Let's just groove. A little bit of dance party or something here. Oh, it's soloed, sorry. Outer Space Dance Party. Anybody who knows me knows I love to be dancing. I'm not usually dancing in my chair like this, but it'll do. Okay, dance party over for now. That build-up should still be more intense. It doesn't quite get to that like point of I'm gonna lose my mind sort of situation, but might work on that later. So here we need a pad that's gonna hold through this new chord section, and this is bell sweep 2. My session's getting so messy I really can't stand that. Let's just close things up here. Okay, so and what's up, everybody? We got 15 people watching. That's like a record for me. Holy moly. Maybe we get what kind of emoticon can we have here? I don't even know what any of these is. Here's a cat in a box. More sparkle dash to wind instrument. I would love to know what that means. If I could do that, it would be great. If I could add more sparkle dash, for sure I would. Just as a reminder, for anyone who didn't know, this song started out like this. This was the a little beatbox that I made that on my phone that I imported. And then that part turned into this part. And that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get there from here. So back to the matter at hand. Trying to get this thingy in here. Jerome, hello. Thank you. Good to see you. So since I've got these two bell sweeps going on, I can now repurpose this Omnisphere 4, just trying to be computer sensitive to my computer's processing and RAM, not to overload it with too many sounds I don't need to, keeping things in audio when they can be. And now I can switch to trying to get some kind of like pad-ish thing here. So I'm going to hit retro because that's just what I normally do, and hopefully find something that's not going to blow our ears out first of all. I'm going to turn that down. It's kind of cool. Usually when it comes to synth patches, I'm not going to be using Omnisphere. I'm going to probably be using Serum, but I've already got like, 7 Serum is nothing. I watched a YouTube breakdown by a drum and bass producer named Mephius, and he had his track that has 63 instances of Serum running in it simultaneously, not even like some of them bounced out, like actually 63. So when I've got 7 running, I kind of feel like I'm still in a pretty good zone here. So I'm going to try to hit this chord, and can you put a tremolo pedal on the sweep and automate the speed from medium to fast? That's actually a great idea. That's something I often do, and I probably should try to do that in this as well. Thanks, Trevor. That's good thinking. Just full of them today. So let's see here. I'm sold. Okay, so just as a quick explanation as to what even just happened there. This was, this is a D flat major 9 chord with an inner voice moving up. And 33 seconds, 35 seconds in a sparkle dash to wind instrument. This still sounds fantastic, Corey. I still am unclear on what exactly I need to do with that information, but I would love to do it. Trust me. Okay, we're going to bounce this out. Pad thing. You sound like you're colored some shade of purple. And yeah. We need to remove the lows from this thing because it does have some for sure. Pull over this. And then right when we come into the other chord again, it's just going to be like a hard stop. Okay, I dig it. I did want to get one other chord in there, and I'm just going to quickly try to make it happen. It's going to be... Anybody got a chord off the top of their head? I mean, I got one I'm going to try to do, but I'm happy to give an option to something here. So we're going to be coming out of... We had an F minor, had a D flat major 9, now... Someone got a suggestion. I'll try anything. Doesn't mean I'm going to stick with it, but I'll try it. In the meantime, I'm going to start making it happen here. B flat. That's so funny that you mentioned that because that's literally the chord I was going to do. Either that's a really weird coincidence, or maybe you remembered me saying that from earlier. Either way, that's amazing. So B flat, everybody's favorite jazz note. Okay. A low B flat is going to be like hella low, like it's going to sound like this. Too low, you can't even hear what it is. So we're going to go up to this guy. B flat is the fourth in the key of F minor, and so in a minor key with the B flat, you can, and with the 4 chord, you can make it major or minor, or both. I'm gonna try it major first, because I kind of do that later in the song too, and we'll just see if it works out in my favor. So that's good to go, that's good to go. This is roughly good to go. Add some growls using Serum. What, you think I don't got growls here already? Depends on what you mean by growls, I guess, hey. This is kind of growly. But I don't have any wow. I'm not going quite as far as into like the full dubstep sort of situation, but I may get closer to it, we'll see. Okay, this is good, this is good. The intro synth now needs to reflect B flat. Okay. So this is just sounding like a B flat power chord right now. There's nothing in there that's making it major or minor. I've got no thirds being played by anything. So just to be quick and dirty about it, try to get my idea out, I'm gonna just take this chord and make a B flat version of this. Respect your voice leading, kids. No flat 7 though. Don't know how much I dig it, but we'll see. It. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it too much? Should it be minor instead? It doesn't have all the fancy trappings the other one had, but I could get it there. Demi digs it. Yeah, I can try this too. Okay, play it again. I'm going to play it again. Just give me a sec. Okay, here's the F minor going. This is F. Sorry if I speak louder or my headphones are on. It's pretty loud. Coming to D flat. Not yet. Right there. I'm going to make it B flat minor now. It won't be as surprising sounding, but kind of predictable. True. but I'm going to make it B flat minor, and then we're going to see what we all have to say about it. That's the minor instead. It's interesting too. Darker. I'm not sold on either one. I like the original note better than these. And let's see if there's another option here too. So we're going F minor down to D flat. And then right now we're hitting B flat like this. What else could we do? F minor down to D flat. Could do B inverted. B flat hit like that is nice actually, yeah. Maybe. I'm gonna give that one a shot just to stuff. We need TJ Khaled. You would be sold in seconds with his knowledge. Good call. Get him on the line. We the best. Sometimes you spend a whole bunch of time doing a chord like this, and then it just turns out to be garbage. Oh well. Oh, there's so many things I have to change, I can't stand it. That's cool. I mean, I really dig that kind of harmony myself. Could be the B flat and that. I don't know. I'm gonna like leave it for a bit here and just see. Rising gong to long and low reverb. Also sounds like a great idea, actually. Sometimes trying to make these little arpeggio things fit an underlying chord can be a little tricky, especially when the chord is so wild like this. I feel like I'm going to be scrapping this later, but you know. Oh, I don't know about all that. Let's just listen to it. Be a bit too predictable, but we'll see. I feel the blag on that. No, sir. Maybe for a brief instant I could hit that, but I'm not going to let that chord just ring out. So, undo is my friend. How far do I have to undo to get myself back into a B flat situation here? E flat says 2. It's true. You're totally right. I could do that. That B flat. So, Demi, what you're saying is F minor to thingy D flat to E flat sus2 like this. It's doable. I wanted one surprising chord in this thing, so I think, I mean, the B flat's not the most surprising chord in the world, but I do dig it, so I might just... Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that for now. Yeah, I like that. So after this change, I'm gonna have to find a way to start getting myself into like a build-up situation for this drop here, because yeah, I'm out in left field right now. Okay, let's get back to the F now. Which is this guy. Oh no. Selecting all this stuff is a nightmare. Does someone have a better way to do this? I just totally messed that up. Just pray that it worked. Why is it misaligned? Cookies! At least we know that. We can rest in the assurance of good cookies. Oh, I'm lucky. Okay, I'm satisfied with how things are flowing there. I just now need to do something about coming into this F. Possibly just get rid of this. No, not the answer. What's the answer? What is the answer? Potentially the answer is dropping down to just kicks. It's not a bad choice. Thank you, Corey. I'm going to use this to start building up here somehow. Right? That seems like a thing that could happen. What we really need to be working on, the rising gong, you're probably right actually. What I need to be working on right here is, in these house tracks, they have these great little vocal samples or something that happens right before the drop. And so far I've got... Sorry. I've got this guy doing that. So I feel like maybe I can manipulate him somehow to make him say something I would like to hear. Or just that. That'd be fine too.
Best man. Best. Woo!
Or just that.
Woo! What? Yeah. Woo! Best man. Best man. Best. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Woo!
Let's just see.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Take this.
Woo!
Give it a bounce. See what we can do. If that came on the last quarter. Woo! Could set us off right.
Woo! 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 Woo!
No. I feel like no, but it's a bit too like stoked and hype for this track. I've got this like collection. There's an amazing collection online of this guy who goes through and takes all these old movies and then cuts vocals out of them. And I just love that stuff, so I might just try to find something in there. Where is it? There we go.
Man escaped from state prison, ma'am. Who are you? And, may I check?
It's lovely. What is it? Well, I can use you. Every newspaper in the country's got my picture. You're bitter, Faust. Mean and bitter. You trust no one and you hate everyone. You're the kind of man I need and understand. You're the kind of man I need and understand.
We're just going to start saving the best ones.
I know all about your background. I know about the wife who turned you...
But if you ever mention my daughter's name again, you'll have another hole in your head, I promise you.
I wish I kind of made that music.
That's atom bomb stuff. The government has that locked up tighter than Fort Knox. That's atom bomb stuff. A man with a gun doesn't have to bargain.
You know what one of these bullets will do, son?
Dr. Guloff is an eminent nuclear scientist.
This is the principle of X-ray that goes further.
I couldn't see their faces till it was too late. I came to this country as a refugee. No one knew I was a scientist. Soon I'll be dead, but my daughter's life is at stake. Then you can't open it. Soon I'll be dead, but my daughter's life...
Soon I'll be dead? I kind of dig that.
I could open that thing blindfolded. Don't believe me. What's next, Mata Hardy? You gonna shoot me?
I'm going to show you the difference between 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 8/4, and what 4 and who 4. I don't know.
Didn't make any deal?
No. That's a chance you'd have to take.
25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
$25,000 in small bills, see?
And you didn't see anyone during all...
No, sir. I heard a clicking noise like the wheel on the vault was turning, and I...
Talking about noises, I can dig that.
What about the alarm panel? When did it get wrecked?
I don't know, Mr. Drake. It was okay when I came on duty.
What about the new material, the X-13?
I need more time to study it. Its properties are
Like the
different from other
small
nuclear
bills.
material. Thank you very much for your cooperation, miss. Well, what can we do?
Battery is a sampler. It's like Impact in Studio One, but like 10 times better, as far as I'm concerned. I'm always looking for new drum samplers. I've had this one for like, I don't know, at least 5 years, if not longer, and I love it. I use it constantly.
The man makes himself invisible. Locks mean nothing to him. He did take the X-13. What defense do we have against him? Honey, right now I need a car more than I need you. So you can start walking anytime.
But you just can't go off and leave me. But you just can't go off and...
We'll leave everything except the nuclear materials.
An army of dead men, Major.
Locks mean nothing to an invisible man. I'm not sure if that means he can pass through walls. Battery is a good sampler. Yeah, it's fantastic.
An army of dead men, Major. An army of dead men, Major.
Doc, what's wrong? Why do I keep appearing and disappearing?
I don't know.
That's a good one.
Don't you care what Konyi's doing to your country? Why should I care? What did my country ever do for me but try and bury me in a concrete tomb for the rest of my life?
You can see why all this is so good. There's so many good sounds in here. I'm just scratching the surface. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of these things.
Sorry, I got my orders.
You can go online and they're called the memory collection. And if you just send the guy a donation of some sort or he has a price for it, you can get all these packs.
Sorry, I got my orders.
I'm deeply sorry, of course. But you must realize his was a deranged mind.
Hey, that's great. Today is New Year for you. Wonderful. Happy New Year.
Now, don't tell me you're here because you want to interview me. Happy and beautiful as ever. Sure, but that's one headline you are never going to see in print. Why not? As well as in restoring cells which have been destroyed. You're aware of its effect. Look at that. You'll have to be exposed to treatment at once in the radiation chamber. No, we don't need you. There is no doubt. You see? You see? It removes every trace of degeneration of cell secret of life And also of death. And now we must take her upstairs. I can't bear to think of her becoming
A monster, is that it?
Time is pressing.
Thank you. I gave up smoking. Oh, how interesting. During your television interview, you showed some photos that were most interesting.
Don't get excited. I told you I'm tired and upset. I spent the whole night working in the laboratories. All I would have to do is tell you, to make you realize how deeply I love you.
You don't have to blow smoke under my nose.
And then you'll be cured forever. Remember, I gave you my word, and I shall keep it.
I'm also thinking about what the quality is like of the recording and how much I can possibly improve it. You know, some of them are pretty hard to work with without like mad EQing and some other processing, but I'm trying to make my job easy.
Just what is his job anyway?
Like that's super clear.
He only answers to a few people in this country of ours.
It's out of the question. Since you people developed the rocket ship for us, and we'll be the ones operating it, it has been decided that you should know more of our plans. I've been authorized to tell you this much. Its primary use will be to combat this wave of sabotage and...
You mean the government knows what's causing it?
Not definitely, but tests of the wreckage show that the explosions are of atomic origin.
No, from what I've learned of the nature of the blast, they seem more like an atomic ray of some kind.
It's the same guess that we've made, because...
But no one has ever been able to make an atomic ray machine.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
Say, this rocket we're building will be able to fly to the moon. Maybe someone up there has built one that could get down here.
We believe that possible. And for some time, our astronomers have been noticing an unusual amount of atomic activity on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Atomic activity on the moon.
Yeah, you know, on Earth.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
Let's keep that one.
We believe that possible. Atomic activity on the moon. The two known facts fit together.
So that's why you want us to fly to the moon?
Yes. And when you get to the moon, find out if these attacks are actually coming from there, and try to devise some plan for stopping them.
I'll be glad to try.
One blast from that ray gun will pop this ship like a toy balloon. And it's up to us to get that information back to Earth.
Yes, that's certainly the first thing to do.
Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just see what we can do here. Probably coming up 20 minutes to the end of my 2-hour session here.
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
Oh my God, sorry, that's so loud.
You mean no one on Earth ever has? You mean no one on Earth ever has?
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
And for some time, our astronomers have been noticing an unusual atomic activity on the moon.
Okay, so there's a possibility here. Sometimes what I do is stitch these things together by chopping out certain bits and putting them together. So I can put them all on one choke group, and then I can play them all somewhere. I'm on the wrong track.
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
Yeah, I really like that one.
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
Soon I'll be dead.
25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
I like the way that one builds up.
Well, no, sir. I heard a clicking noise like the wheel on a vault was turning, and I told him about it, but neither one of us saw anything.
Well, what can we do? Doc, what's wrong? Why do I keep appearing and disappearing?
I don't know. I needed more time to study the X-13 before trying it out on you.
Oh, fine. Well, you're going to do something about it. I've got to be normal, and you're going to take care of it.
I will, but not in this place.
Well, why not? I got him locked up.
I want to be taken away from here, my daughter and I. Only then I will treat you.
But...
That's a long one.
There is no doubt.
And for some time, our astronomers have been noticing an unusual amount of atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
I really like this one, but I need some way to like lead into it.
You mean no one on Earth ever has? You mean no one on Earth ever has?
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
Atomic activity on the moon.
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
Yeah, you're into the gongs, Corey. I see. It's just slipping into your everyday speech as well.
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
Soon I'll be dead. But my daughter's life is at stake. Soon I'll...
Atomic activity on... You mean no one on Earth?
Soon I'll be dead.
You're the kind of man I need and understand. 25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
You're the kind of man I need and understand.
The trick is, so you're the man I need to understand. This is self-sufficient. I don't really need much to put in there.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
No one on Earth ever has.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
Needs some kind of context.
Atomic activity on the moon.
As this does. I mean, it doesn't need it, but it's kind of weird to just say it out of nowhere.
And for some time, our astronomers have been noticing an atomic activity on the moon.
No, sir. I heard a clicking noise like the wheel.
Well, what can we do? 25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
That one just gets me the most, though.
25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
So what's my tempo like here?
$25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
Worked pretty well, actually.
25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
No, sir. I heard a clicking noise like the wheel.
You mean no one on Earth ever has? You mean no one on Earth ever has? You mean no one on Earth ever has? Atomic activity on the moon.
That's good, too.
Atomic activity on the moon. 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 Atomic activity on the moon.
You're the kind of man I need and understand. You're the kind of man I need and understand. You're the kind of man I need and understand. You're the kind of man I need and understand.
Pretty good, too.
Soon I'll be dead. But my...
No, sir. I heard a clicking noise.
And for some time, our astronomers have been noticing an unusual amount of atomic... You mean no one on Earth ever has?
Yeah, it would work, too.
You mean no one on Earth ever has? You mean no one on Earth ever has?
Yeah.
You mean no one on Earth ever has?
25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money. 25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
Oh, it's a tough choice.
$25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
Put them all in there.
Soon I'll be dead.
You're the kind of man I need and understand. Well, what can we do?
You mean no one on Earth ever has? Atomic activity on the moon.
Okay, I'm just gonna like record a few here. Yeah, I agree, Corey.
You're the kind of man I need. Well, what can we do?
You mean no one on... And for some time... Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity...
Okay, let's boost this volume just a little bit because we're
You mean no
super
one on...
quiet
You're the kind
now.
of man I need and understand.
No, sir. I heard a clicking noise like the wheel.
25 grand. You're mad. I don't have that kind of money.
Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
Okay, let's see. He's saying 25 grand.
Atomic activity on the moon. 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 Atomic activity on the moon.
It's pretty close.
Atomic activity on the moon. 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 Atomic activity on the moon.
Just throw that in there too right afterwards. I mean, I'm gonna try it, so don't think I'm not.
Atomic activity on the moon. 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 Atomic activity on the moon.
I like the low one.
Atomic activity on the moon.
Let's get some context. Need to listen to this once more. Transition to the next section, and we're not going to make it today, but maybe tomorrow.
Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
Both high and low yups. I don't know if that's gonna work, but maybe one after another. Yup, yeah.
Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
I'll try one in each ear. I feel like it's going to be messy.
Atomic activity on the moon.
Let me deal with the low one first. This is going to be really annoying, I'm sorry, to play this over and over again. I'm just going to quickly throw a Saturn on there. Amp it up as much as possible. I'm making house music these days because I was making some house-related stuff for work, for Unison, and just got me listening to a lot of it. And I've got a few friends who listen to a lot of it and know it really well and have shown me some great stuff. And so I thought, hey, I'll give it a shot. I've not actually tried making it, so it would be fun. How about the low one wide like this? And then the high one in the middle. I'm wondering if I can structure this differently.
Atomic activity on the moon.
Oh, I like the textures.
Atomic activity on the moon.
What if it goes here?
Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
I could like stretch this moon out.
On the moon. 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 Moon.
If I just clip this, pull this way up.
Moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
Just about.
Moon. 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 Moon.
I just want to catch just the O's, not the M.
The moon. Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon.
And then I need to like crossfade them somehow.
Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon.
Glitches really weirdly. It is pretty funny though.
Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon.
You like the gap between the moon and yep.
Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon.
Where's that little glitch coming from?
Atomic activity on the moon.
So maybe stretch it to like here instead. Oops.
Atomic activity on the moon.
No.
Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon.
I don't know why it's not working out here. I'm getting this weird glitch.
Atomic activity on the moon.
It's a really short little thing.
Moon. Moon.
Ah, you would have played this. That's great.
Moon. Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon.
Yeah, it's weird.
Activity on the moon.
I don't like it.
Moon. On the moon. On the moon. On the moon.
Hmm.
On the
Maybe if I like crossfade it like crazy.
on the moon. 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 On the moon.
No. What if I transpose it down like 7 semitones?
On the moon. On the moon. On the moon. On the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Atomic activity on the moon. Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon.
I don't think it's even pitch shifting anymore, is it?
Activity on the moon. Activity on the moon.
I'm just gonna leave it for now and then, I don't know, work into it somehow. Thanks, Sean. Everybody likes a good ding dong. I know you do.
Atomic activity on the moon.
What episode did you do that polysynth chord in the last part? You're talking about this part, and you mean that stuff? Is that what you mean, Demi? The one that I bounced the audio and chopped it up. Oh. You mean this stuff at the end there. That thing. Yeah, I did that in the first episode, I think. The first stream episode. I don't know what you call these things. It's interesting chords. It's a F sharp. It's a G flat major 7. And then it's geez, what is it? F sharp major 9 to E flat major add 9 to E to C7 sharp 9 sharp 5 shit. But yeah, you'll find it in there somewhere. Thanks, Joel. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick review here, and then I'll probably be off. Yeah, that's right, exactly. Gonna slowly remove the bass here. Maybe get that guy talking about the atomic moon stuff over this part already. You're the man for the job, or man I needed, or whatever that thing was, and then...
Atomic activity on the moon.
Do you mean a female a cappella voice at 43, like singing some stuff here? Hey, I could sing. Hey, I got a great singer in the house just a few meters away from me, so that might be possible.
Atomic activity on the moon.
Oh, I'll put you in.
Atomic activity on the moon.
Thanks, Joel. Appreciate it. Okay, that's gonna probably do it here. What did I accomplish? Oh geez, not so much. I got 2 chord changes in. But this is how it goes with music production, doesn't it? Man, it just takes a long time to do something good. Maybe I'll stream again tomorrow night. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get as much done as quickly as possible so it stays in my mind about what I wanted to do. But yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed having all you guys here with me. It was really appreciated. It'd be so awesome if I could somehow have like a voice thing going on. I mean, the chat's good because then when people watch it later, it plays back and you can see the chat and all that. But it would be cool to like hear you for sure. So anyway, thanks for the support. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a great night and or wherever you are. I'm gonna be back. I'll post as early as I can when I know when I'm gonna be working on it. So yeah, thanks again. See you soon. That's weird that it's still on. It says it's off.